everybody, and welcome to Storytime with Miss Morgan here at the Tennessee State Museum. So before we get started, I bet you guys are wondering why I look so silly, because this is definitely not my everyday outfit. The reason for that is we have something really special planned for you guys this month here at the State Museum. So normally in October we have our Haunted Museum event for families here, and it's such a fun event, but unfortunately we aren't able to do it in person this year. So what that means for you guys though is we're going to celebrate it all month long. So check our website for the different things happening on Fridays and Saturdays. We're really excited to bring you some fun programming this month. So what that means for us at Storytime is I'm going to be dressing up every story time, so you might see me in some pretty funny outfits these next coming weeks. So just be prepared and get excited. Maybe you can even wear your costume while you watch story time. That might be really fun. So today's story is Strega Nona's Harvest. So Strega Nona is one of my favorite book characters. She's just a really cool lady, so I thought I would like to dress like her as I read today. So before we get started reading though, let's check our list. Oh, we have to go sing our welcome song. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Are you guys ready to sing our good morning song? So before we get started, let's practice and warm up those talking hands. So remember, our signs are happy and good morning. So let's practice one more time. So happy, take your hands like you're fanning yourself, say happy. And good morning, take the fingers to your chin and say good morning. Great job. You guys are doing such a wonderful job. Good job. All right. So remember, we're going to sing it twice. So you ready? Good morning to you, and how do you do? I'm happy to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, great job. Ready again? Say, good morning to you, and how do you do? I'm happy to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, great job. Good, 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 good. Are you guys ready? It's now time for story time. Let's go. You guys did such a wonderful job. I'm so proud of you guys. Let's check our list. All right, time to take off that welcome song. It's now time for story time. So this is Strega Nona's Harvest by Tommy DiPaolo, and it's one of our Dolly Parton Imagination Library books. So some of my friends might actually have this at home. If not, check out your local library. I bet they have a copy. It was spring and all the snow had melted. The rich earth was beginning to warm. Strega Nona pulled out a small wooden box that had been hidden away in the dark cupboard all winter. Ah, she said, as she took out small packets of seeds she had saved from last year's garden. Here you are, my little friends. Why are all those seeds in the dark, Strega Nona? Big Anthony asked. Well, my dear, Strega Nona answered, they had to rest, just like you do, so they'll be able to do their job when we plant them in the garden. When will we plant them, Strega Nona? Babylona asked. When the moon tells us, Babylona. We will plant each of the seeds carefully in the right place. After all, we can't just throw the seeds into the ground in a big pile. A garden must be orderly so it's easy to pick the vegetables. Now, let me look in my garden book to see what we did last year. Every year, Strega Nona wrote down in her book what she planted, when, and where. She never put the same vegetables in the same spot. Wow, look at all those cool vegetables, you guys. I see a pumpkin. We have to move them around, she told her young helpers, so the soil will stay happy and strong. But first, Anthony, you must spread the compost and manure we saved all winter and rake it into the soil so our vegetables will grow as big and beautiful as can be. So Big Anthony put a clothespin on his nose
and did his job.
Children, come, Strega Nona said. It's almost the end of May, and there'll be a full moon tonight. It's time to plant. Now, Anthony, I want you to make nice straight rows in the soil with the end of the hoe. That's where the seeds will go. Oh, Big Anthony, Babylona scolded. "You're not making the roast straight enough. You know Strega Nona likes everything perfect." And she added, "So do I." "Ugh, Babylona is so bossy," Big Anthony thought. "Someday I'll show her I can do something perfect too." Do you see his lines? They're very squiggly, not very straight. Oh, look at this. Now they're getting the seeds out. Let's see what kind of seeds they have. Let's see, there's pumpkins and squash and eggplant and peas and cabbage, tomatoes, cucumbers, artichoke, beans, and cantaloupe. Ooh, those are some really good vegetable choices. I like those. That's a good choice. That night, when the moon rose in the sky, Strega Nona quietly crept out to the garden. She looked up at the moon and sang, "Oh, Bella Luna, smile on me and on the seeds I sow, and let the moonbeam shine from thee to make my garden grow." And now for the secret ingredient. Strega Nona blew 3 kisses to the moon. "Oh," said Big Anthony as he watched her. Suddenly he spied some seeds that had dropped to the ground. "I know, I'll plant my own perfect garden behind the goat shed. I'll show Babylona." So Big Anthony poked some holes in the ground. He threw in the seeds and covered them with compost and manure. He watered and watered. Look, he's not making straight lines. I wonder what will happen. Then he sang Strega Nona's song. "Oh, Bella Luna, smile on me and on the seeds I sow, and let the moonbeam shine from thee to make my garden really grow." He then blew 3 kisses to the moon. And to just be sure, he blew 3 more. So that makes 6 kisses. As it did every year, Strega Nona's garden grew beautifully. Look at Strega Nona's garden right there. Oh man, that is a very nice, orderly garden. But look at Anthony's. It looks like it's growing, but it's not as neat. I wonder what will happen. Soon, bright salad was on the table. Fresh peas were added to the pasta from Strega Nona's pasta pot. Green beans were cooked in olive oil, and the other vegetables were growing beautifully too. Peas and pasta? Ooh, that sounds delicious. Peas are my favorite vegetable. But Big Anthony's secret garden was also growing well, but not quite so beautifully. It looked like a jungle. "Oh, Mamma Mia," Big Anthony thought. "I can't let Babylona or Strega Nona see this mess." And the gardens kept growing. Now it was time to harvest the vegetables that Strega Nona would keep over the winter. So let's see. Looks like we have some tomatoes and some other vegetables, and there's some squash down there and a cantaloupe. It wasn't long before the root cellar and the rafters in the kitchen were full. "Very good," said Strega Nona to Babylona and Big Anthony. "A job well done. We all deserve a good rest." Big Anthony didn't have time to rest. He had other work to do. "I've got to pick all my vegetables. What will I do with them?" he said. The next morning, when Strega Nona opened her door, she found a big pile of vegetables. "Good heavens," Strega Nona said. "Where did these come from?" She called Big Anthony and Babylona. "My children, please carry all these vegetables to the kitchen. Thank you." Every morning, there were more vegetables outside the door. Soon, there was hardly any room to move in the kitchen. Maybe these are from the villagers, Strega Nona thought. Perhaps they had a good harvest. Well, I must find out. And soon, if this goes on, I won't have room to sleep in my little bed at night. The next morning, Strega Nona packed a basket of vegetables. "I'll take these to the sisters at the convent. Maybe they'll know something." "Oh, thank you, Strega Nona," the Mother Superior said. "You must have heard our prayers. Our garden didn't do well this season. In fact, no one's garden in the village did. We had too much rain down here while you had lots of sun on your hill." So Strega Nona went straight to the mayor. "Yes, Strega Nona," Senor Mayor said. "The harvest was poor this year." "Well, I have more than enough to share," Strega Nona said. I will have a harvest fest tomorrow evening at sundown. Tell everyone to come. And Strega Nona practically ran up to her little house. Babylona, Big Anthony, come quickly, Strega Nona said. We have much work to do. I'm going to have a harvest feast for all our friends and neighbors. We will share our bounty. Oh, wow, look at that party they're having. They're going to share all their food with their friends. And then look, their friends in the village can take some with them so they have things to eat over the winter time. That's being a really good friend and neighbor. Hurrah, hurrah for Strega Nona, everyone shouted. Goodbye, good night, Strega Nona, her two helpers called out. Strega Nona looked around at her empty kitchen. Well, that took care of that, she said with a smile. But I still wonder where all those vegetables came from. And she climbed into bed. Later that night, oh no, who's back? It's Big Anthony. The end. That is such a fun story. And what I really like about it is it really teaches us that sometimes we have lots of things and it's really nice to share with our neighbors and our friends. And inspired by our book today, we are going to make something really fun. So let's check out our story time. All right, you guys, our activity this week is not art, it's cooking. So I don't have a stove here at the museum. Well, we do have one, but it's an artifact, so I definitely can't use it. So I made our Three Sisters stew at home, and it has some of the vegetables that we saw in our story. So the Three Sisters is a Native American folktale about beans, corns, and squash. So the folktale is that there are three sisters and they help each other out. So beans, corn, and squash are usually grown together. So the beans help the corn stay straight and tall, and the squash kind of helps protect the ground, and the beans give nutrients too as well. Plus, you can eat all those things together and you get lots of really good nutrients into your body. So our stew has butternut squash, corn, and black beans. And you can make your stew. We'll have instructions with our activity sheet attached to this video. So you can make your stew and maybe you could share it with your family and friends. So, you know, maybe if you have a friend that lives nearby, you could take some soup in a container and leave it on their front porch for them. That'd be a very sweet thing to do. But if not, just share it with your family. You sit around, watch a fun Halloween movie, and enjoy your stew. So I hope you guys really like it. It's really good. I like it a lot. I think I'm going to make it again, definitely. So let's check our activities. Oh my goodness, it's time to find our artifact. And this week's artifact, you guys, is upstairs in our museum. I'm really excited to show it to you. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Wow, this is so cool. Whew. I wonder if this is our artifact. Let's check it out. It's red. It has two small wheels at the front, two big wheels in the back, a seat, and a steering wheel. It's a tractor. Good job, guys. You figured it out before I did. This tractor is here at our Tennessee State Museum up in our galleries. And it's really cool because it really ties in with our story today. In today's story, in Strega Nona's Harvest, Big Anthony and Strega Nona and Babylona use different types of tools to plant their garden. But here in Tennessee, farmers use tractors much like this, and we still use tractors today, except they've definitely been a bit upgraded. And so the reason why I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this tractor is in our story, Strega Nona shares her harvest with her friends and neighbors. And farming here in Tennessee has always been really important. So our state motto here in Tennessee is agriculture and commerce. And you know what? Next year, in 2021, Tennessee will be 225 years old. So farming's been around for a long time, guys. And here in Tennessee, we grow things like cotton, soybeans, wheat, corn, and we have lots of cattle farms. So we grow lots of really important things, and we also produce a lot of things here. And so I just want you to think about today, if you go to the grocery store, maybe today or tomorrow, look at those fruits and vegetables and think to yourself, man, that was grown by a farmer. Because you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am terrible with plants. So if I was in charge of having to grow my own food, I'd be in a lot of trouble because I definitely couldn't grow anything. It'd probably turn out more like Big Anthony's garden, to be honest. So I'm really thankful for the farmers we have, not only here in Tennessee, but across the United States. So, if you ever bump into a farmer, say, hey, thanks. Because without them, we definitely wouldn't have those yummy foods like the corn and the black beans and the butternut squash that we made for our soup today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And guess what? You can come visit us here at the Tennessee State Museum, and you can come see this tractor here. It's right beside our gallery called Change and Challenge. So come check it out, and if you can't, you know what? That's okay. You get to see it here anyways. But you know what? I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And you know what? I'll see you next week at Storytime with Miss Morgan. Bye, guys.